Hello, hello. How are you this morning? Got a busy day today. I had a work project that was supposed to go this morning, and then I'm going to visit my parents in Red Deer, which is an hour and a half drive from me. Just going with what feels right and what needs to be done. Just going to talk about rolling with what shows up. We're getting into a stage where we got to be really, really trusting of what's showing up, because some of it's not going to make sense in the old kind of ways. We're being asked to let go and surrender and see what shows up, because as we move on to our highest timeline, we don't know what's right for us, what's best for us. What if there's an old pattern? What if there's an old way in things? Lots of emotion that goes with this, opening to new possibilities. So I'll give an example. So this morning I've been lined up to visit this client's place, which is a 45-minute drive each direction from my house. And instead of phoning me, I felt like something was off or whatever, but instead of phoning me, they sent me an email, which I didn't get. I don't check emails for urgent last-minute changes. And then I'm on the road, already 10 minutes into the trip, and I'm phoning the person, and they're saying, "Oh, well, didn't you get my email? Come an hour later." And it's like, sorry, I can't. I don't have that option. If I would have been told in advance. So some old kind of weirdness going on in the field around following through with times and commitments and other stuff, but I had to stand in my boundary. I'm already on the road, otherwise I would have turned around and went all the way back. And if I hadn't known 20 minutes sooner and it wasn't through email, I don't ever check email before I'm rushing to get to a class on time. So I think that's their thing that they're dealing with. But anyways, I came and followed through, and I held a boundary, and I said, "I'm already on the road. I'm sorry." And they had to find someone to come in sooner. So I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting to be with them. They said somebody's going to be here in 5 or 10 minutes. So it's all working out. But if that communication would have been better, I would have probably stayed in bed for another half an hour and not caused any problem or whatever. But without communication that's direct, and to the point, you can't just expect email to, everybody's checking their email constantly. So I've adapted, and if I could have been with that flow and that everything would have connected right for that flow, I wouldn't have had another half an hour, and I wouldn't have had to rush this morning or whatever. So there's deeper stuff going on that's helping us. It's just sometimes we can't always see it, and we're not expecting it to come our way. So I could have just relaxed a lot more and not had to rush out the door. I felt I was running late. That was the reason I phoned her. But in the end, this is all underneath, and I just needed to accept it and let it go, and everything would have been in a different divine flow without any pressure. So it really shows how much importance it is right now to roll with what's showing up, to stand your boundaries a little bit, so that you're not feeling trampled on because other people's changing their plans and stuff like that without good notice. Just lots of really weird, different ways for things to show up. So we're just getting into that flow of accepting it and seeing what shows up and go from there. I love you all. I thank you for listening. Intense day. I'll probably check in a little later on in the day. We'll see how things go. But just feeling these really weird, new, intense energies, and a little bit frustrated, but at the same time realizing with a little bit more ease and grace, I might have just had a very relaxing morning instead of having to rush and feeling like I was late and pushing to have somebody come and show up and that kind of stuff. It's crazy having to go through all this. Anyways, I love you all. Just some insights of my reality, and I hope this helps people clarify for themselves and be on the right path, because you're doing great. And thank you for all you've done, and keep shining and keep stepping one foot in front of the other. That's all you can do. Thank you. Love you.